सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि रक्षति डुग्रिन्करणे भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि रक्षति डुग्रिन्करणे मूढजहीहि धनागमतृष्णा कुरु सद्बुद्धिं मनसि वितृष्णा यल्लभसे निजकर्मोपात्तं वित्तं तेन विनोदय चित्तं नारीस्तनभरनाभिदेशं दृष्ट्वा मागामोहावेशम् एतन्मांसवसादविकारं मनसि विचिन्तय वारं वारं नलिनीदलगतजलमतितरलं तद्वज्जीवितमतिशयचपलं विद्धि व्याध्यभिमानग्रस्थं लोकं शोकहतं च समस्तं यावद्वित्तोपार्जनसक्तः तावन्निजपरिवारो रक्तः पश्चाजीवति जर्जरदेहे वार्तां कोऽपि न पृच्छति गेहे यावत् पवनो निवसति देहे तावत् पृच्छति कुशलं गेहे गतवति वायो देहापाये भार्या बिभ्यति तस्मिन् काये बालस्तावत् क्रीडासक्तः तरुणस्तावत् तरुणीसक्तः वृद्धस्तावत् चिन्तासक्तः परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न सक्तः काते कान्ता कस्ते पुत्रः संसारोऽयमतीव विचित्रः कस्य त्वं कः कुत आयातः तत्त्वं चिन्तय तदिह भ्रातः सत्सङ्गत्वे निस्सङ्गत्वे निर्मोहत्वे निश्चलतत्वे जीवन्मुक्तिः वयसि गते कः कामविकारः शुष्के नीरे कः कासारः क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः ज्ञाते तत्त्वे कः संसारः मा कुरु धनजनयौवनगर्वं हरति निमेषात् कालः सर्वं मायामयमिदमखिलं बुद्ध्वा ब्रह्मपदं त्वं प्रविश विदित्वा ॐ So two requests to everyone. First one is try to keep your video on so that the learning will be proper, your mind will be connected and it will not get distracted to something else happening. If there is a connectivity issue, you can keep the video off, perfectly okay. If there are disturbances going on at the background of the house, still don't worry about it. If it is not disturbing you, it should not disturb others. Second thing is, I will request that all should attend and get into the Zoom before 9:30. It's a request that Don't wait after 9:30 to get in. In case you are a little late one day, it is fine, but let's not make it a habit. Come about 2-3 minutes before, that will be better. Okay, so we will continue with Moha Mudgara Bhaja Govindam, which we started. I have told you that I will give you the sequence and the shloka, which I will collate it together and give you. But in case you have a book or you are referring to something, which is fine. I think someone had also sent in the WhatsApp group. You can refer that. The first 10 shlokas, I don't think there will be any change. So I will also send it to you all shortly. Till then, you can refer that. As mentioned, Adi Bhagavat Padacharya Shankara wanted to give this a very clear message to everyone, and it was more than everyone, to oneself. So it is telling to yourself, O Mudamate, O supreme among the fool, don't waste your time seeing here and there. Focus on the knowledge, learn it, and be free. You've got a very limited time. We've got only 1 hour or 1.25 hour every week. Don't waste it looking here and there. Learn Bhaja Govindam, be focused, and become free. O Mudamate, Bhaja Govindam. Don't wander here and there. This mind will wander. Learn to focus it. Now, in this Moha Mudgaraha, as it is known, what does the Acharya want to tell? This is a scripture for very common, general, Aam Admi. It is not for someone who has started learning something or who is proficient with the Shastra. No. With the basic knowledge is good enough, and for that person, it is more like an eye opener. It's a curtain raiser. See what is Nitya Vastu, see what is Anitya Vastu, drop the Anitya Vastu, hold on to the Nitya Vastu. That is the one which is going to make you Naya Par. Which shloka? Do you remember? Naya Par wala shloka kaun sa hai?
The Dhyana Shloka.
Which one? If you don't remember, call your daughter, she will tell you.
Jayatra Chatala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandava Ranayadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha.
So Kaivartaka Keshavaha. Who is the Kaivartaka? Kaivartaka is who is going to steer the boat and take. So obviously, when you are sitting in an ocean and you have that, which boat? That small chota sa boat, fishing boat, which has got 4 holes already in it. Like that, we have a boat which has got 9 holes in it, not 1 or 2. कभी भी इस संसार में डूब जाएगा, और डूब रहा है वापस आ रहा है, डूब रहा है वापस आ रहा है. दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. अगर ये नैया इस पार से उस पार जाना है, तो वी विल हैव टू 100% डिपेंड ऑन ओनली वन कैवर्तकः केशवः, हु इज अ बोटमैन who will take the nayya from this end to that end, and hence Bhaja Keshavaha, Bhaja Keshavaha, Bhaja Keshavaha, Govindam Bhaja, He Mudamate. Already this boat has got so many holes, 9 holes we know, correct? Hopefully you have understood which boat I am referring to. There are 9 holes in the boat. Apart from that, the wind is very very strong. The mind will just keep moving like the wind, and it will pull the boat wherever you need. The moment you start steering it, it will start tilting in one side, water will start coming in. डुबकी मारना है वापस, हर साल जैसा गणपति को पुढच्या वर्षी लवकर या बोल के अंदर डुबाते जाना है, वापस दूसरा साल आना है, डुबाना है, आना है, यही चलते जा रहा है. दिस इज़ वॉट अवर संसार है. ये ज़िंदगी जा रहा है, दूसरा ज़िंदगी आ रहा है. तो इस ज़िंदगी से बाहर निकलना है तो यू हैव ओनली एंड ओनली वन ऑप्शन, भज गोविंदम, भज गोविंदम, गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते. Okay, in a very nice way the Acharya has given this clarity that we have to focus. And why 3 times Govinda? We last time we saw it, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika and Adi Bhautika Tapatraya Nivartyartham. Tapatraya Nivartyartham. Tapa is pain. पेन. ताप मीन्स पेन, अ लॉट ऑफ तकलीफ जो होती है ना, निवर्त्यर्थम, उससे निकलने के लिए भज गोविंदम, भज गोविंदम, भज गोविंदम. ओनली गोविंदम कैन चेंज इट. आई डू नॉट रिमेंबर वेदर आई हैव टोल्ड यू अबाउट वन ऑफ द mantras in the Shri Rudram. I think I said Sahasrani Sahasradha Bahuvostava Hetayaha. So you cannot change it. You cannot change your karma. You cannot change your prarabdha. Then what do? You can only reduce the value of it, reduce the impact of it by fixing your mind somewhere else. Just imagine you are sitting in a doctor's room there, and the doctor is going to give you an injection. He has removed such a big needle, normally given to animals, उतना जाड़ा दिखता है वो, and he has brought it very close to you. Will you be looking at it and laughing, or what will you do? क्या करोगे? भज गोविंदम वही है, बाबा जल्दी ख़त्म करो, मुझे इस पीड़ा से निकलने दो. करेक्ट? सेम वे भज गोविंदम. डोंट कीप लुकिंग एट इट एंड कीप क्राइंग और डूइंग वॉट एवर. ये तो चलते ही रहेगा. Devaluate Bhaja Govindam. Correct? So very clearly Acharya says focus on what is Nitya Vastu. Govindam is the Nitya Vastu, and leave the rest of the things. And very nicely he has conveyed this in the second line, which we will continue, which we are not told. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati डुग्रिंज करणे. काले संप्राप्ते. Understand, the moment you made the first sound when you came out, you know, हम बाहर निकलते तो पहले एक आवाज़ करते और रोते. करेक्ट? You know what does it mean? What does that mean?
The baby says, मैं इसमें क्यों आ गया हूँ? He is crying because he doesn't want to be here. He wants to go away from this.
उसका ऑप्शन नहीं. वो सब हम इमेजिन कर रहे हैं, बट उसका ऑप्शन नहीं है. He will be forced to come. What does that mean? You know when अजमल कसाब comes, वो हाथ में एक चीज़ लेके आता है ग्रीन कलर का, और उसका ऊपर एक छोटा सा चीज़ रहता है. What is that?
Grenade.
उसके ऊपर क्या रहता है?
पिन.
ये एक्टिवेट करेगा उसको, पिन को निकाल के.
हाँ, तो हम जब रोते हैं ना, वो पिन खोल दिए, वो टाइम बॉम्ब है. मतलब वो फटने वाला ही है, एक दिन मरने वाले है. करेक्ट? सो द फर्स्ट क्राई इटसेल्फ मीन्स दैट आई हैव ओपन द पिन नाउ. दैट मीन्स आई हैव वेरी लिमिटेड टाइम. उस लिमिटेड टाइम में मुझे चौका छक्का जो भी मारना है मार के पार करके आगे निकलना है. लेकिन वो टाइम पे इधर उधर देखते रह गया तो कालः क्रीडति गच्छत्यायुः, जाते रहेगा कालः, तुमको लेते रहेगा, तुम वापस उधर आएगा, टाइम बॉम्ब खोलोगे, ढूम वापस दूसरा आया, टाइम बॉम्ब खोलेगी, यही काम रहेगा, बट यू आर नॉट अचीव्ड एनीथिंग. सो इमेजिन दैट इट इज संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले. Whenever the time is over, prapta is what? To achieve. Samprapta means properly achieved. The right ripened time comes that you have to die. Sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati. See, emphasis के लिए 2 times Acharya has told, it is not going to help you, it is not going to help you. What? Dugrinj karane. Okay. Now this word Dugrinj karane is a technical word. Why has the Acharya used here? Now there are 2 ways to look at it. The Acharya was at Banaras, at Kashi, and he saw that very old person who is teaching, a teacher who is teaching the students डुग्रिंज करने, द ग्रामर रट्टा मार रहे थे, संस्कृत का ग्रामर रट्टा मार रहे थे. सो आचार्य सॉ दिस ओल्ड पर्सन एंड सेड दैट एट दिस राइप टाइम, एनी टाइम, वन लेग इज इनसाइड, वन लेग इज आउटसाइड, तभी भी ही हैज नो आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट ही हैज टू फोकस ऑन. दिस इज द टाइम इट शुड बी भज गोविंदम, और दिस इज द टाइम यू हैव टू टीच ग्रामर, because the grammar is not going to help you. Bhaja Govindam only will help you. So from a very what do you call, from a transactional perspective, a very empirical way, it looks as though he says nahi nahi rakshati, this grammar and whatever you learn is not going to help you at the time of death. What does that mean, at the time of death? Why does he say at the time of death?
Because death is inevitable.
Yeah,
Death
that
will
is
happen.
true. That will happen is known, but at the time of death, this will not help means what? Why will only
Means
Bhaja
only
Govindam help?
Govindam will help. This rules of grammar will not help you.
No, but why at the time of death? Why not throughout the life?
तो गीता में एक बार था कि जब भी अंत समय में जिसको याद करते हैं वो हेल्प करता है.
That is the time my next path is decided.
हाँ.
So antakalepi mam smaran muktva kalevaram yat prayati tyajam tesham. Correct? Chapter 8. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? See how these connections are so clearly and subtle. By telling that one particular word, how he has connected so many things. Why that Antakala is so specific? Why not throughout? We should say that every moment we are there here. Why we are not talking about that, and why are we talking about dying? Why that much of value to death here? When you are living, that time is not being valued. क्या हुआ? बोलो, whoever knows, tell something.
Sir, at the time of death, you have to think of God, so that your next birth is worthwhile, or whatever, moksha or birth. If we don't think of God the entire life, then at the time of death it will not just come to us.
So, what is that at the time of death thinking about God actually tell you? What are you trying to do there?
We are requesting God. We are praying to God.
Yeah, one by one. Yeah.
Sorry, so we are praying to God कि I have not got mukti in this janma. Please bless me and guide my board that at least in the next janma I'll be able to achieve that objective. So please facilitate.
Okay. What else?
Always think of God, so that any time death comes, you are thinking of God.
How about why think of God?
So we are one with God.
Then why think of
it become habit. It become habit.
That means we all are talking from a perspective that we are not yet jnani, we are samsari, and next janma is required for me. समझ में आ रहा है? What is our state of mind? I am a ignorant person. Till my death I will continue to be ignorant. I will never get Jivan Mukta in this Janma. So I need a next Janma. क्या मतलब before going into the court and playing itself हार मान लिए. Think.
We keep coming, like we keep taking next birth if our mind is not focused on the higher. So if you are focused on the higher, the attachments will be
वो
less.
सब ठीक है. What does when you say at the time of death, oh God, give me another life, and moksha means
No.
what? This janma I have not got moksha and I will not get moksha.
Preferably this janma we should get moksha.
So you should not ask for next janma at all, right?
Yeah.
So what should be the prayer at the time of death? I don't want a janma at all.
Yeah.
Not give me another janma to get moksha. Correct? You all will ask that. And you all will also ask that give this teacher only in the next janma. मेरे को भी फंसा देगा. Correct? I am not ready for it. So you should not ask for janma. How will you not ask for janma? Only by Bhaja Govindam. Think about it. See, once that jnanam comes, then your mind is always connected to Govindam or not. Okay. For that, we will see what is this word meaning of what is bhaja.
I think,
Huh?
throughout the life, if you are with the Govindam, at the Antakale also, his name will come on. He will remember them.
That is exactly what the Acharya says. Right now start Bhaja Govindam, because one day it is inevitable. At that time, if you want to think, you will not be able to think. That time everything else will come in the mind apart from Govindam. But once this becomes a habit, that will come. Whether you are Jivan Mukta now or not a Jivan Mukta, doesn't matter. If you think of Govinda, whatever the thing has to happen will happen in the next janma. That is beyond your call, and you should not even ask about it. Asking about it means what? Isn't it a desire? Isn't it a desire? Will that desire allow you to become mukta? Okay. So, Bhaja Govindam clearly means that this janma itself is not true. The moment you know that, then where is the question of the next janma? So, point one is be with that Nitya Vastu, which is Govinda. This janma, mrityu, samsara are all anitya vastu. They are all related to dugrinja karane. Okay. जैसा हम एक पेज पढ़ रहे, then I complete this page and then I turn it. Correct? I turn it. Now the reader has not changed. The page has got turned. Same way, this life coming and going is what is happening. For the Atma, there is no change at all. Hence Govindam Bhaja. That there is no change happening at all. Let me not get clouded that there is a change happening. I am taking a birth, I am taking a death. Nothing of this is happening. Okay. Now, when we look at it together from a very empirical way, pray to the Lord, forget all these rules of grammar, the materialistic world, go to the spiritual thing, because that jnanam is the only thing which is nitya vastu, the rest everything is anitya. Jnanadeva tu kaivalya. Okay. Now when you look at it from a philosophical part, Bhaja root means sevayam. Bhaja sevayam it is called. Okay, the root bhaj. Bhaj dhatu in Sanskrit is seva. Bhaja Govindam means Govindasya sevayam kuru. Do seva of Govinda. When you say do seva of Govinda means what? A jnani bhakta will be equal or one with the God. Correct? Bhaja Govindam. What is Govindam is one of the meaning which we said. The Vedas, the Jnana. Correct? So Bhaja Govindam means Jnanasya Praptim Kuru. Think about it. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Moodamate. Oh my dear fool mind, go and do learn the knowledge. Go to Jnanakanda. Oh this mind, go to Jnanakanda. Oh this mind, go to Jnanakanda. Oh this mind, go and learn that absolute truth. Correct? Samprapte sannihite kale. Kala is related to what? Kala is related to what? Kala Tattvam is related to what?
Death and time.
Death and time of what? Isn't it a relative or an
At the time of death.
Whose death?
The bodies.
Whose body? So when you say death, is it a general one, everyone's death, or your death?
Your death.
Correct. When you say your death means what? What is the meaning of death?
Freedom from the physical body.
How does it go? Why does it go? What gets
Exhausted.
Prarabdha gets exhausted. So Kala Tattvam means Prarabdha gets exhausted. Once Prarabdha gets exhausted, all what you do as Dugrinj Karane. Karane means karma. Karana means what? Karma. Dugrinj is the grammar word, dhatu, for to do, karma. Dugrinj equal to karane. Okay. Karoti kurvaha kurmaha, karoshi kurvaha. Like that it will be told. So Dugrinj karane parasmai pati lat. That is a grammar rule. So kara means to do. To do means karma. Correct? Nahi rakshati. How much ever you do karma, it is not going to help you. See the second line. Samprapte sannihite kale. Don't forget your prarabdha will get over. Whatever you do till the prarabdha gets over as karma kanda, laukika and vaidika karma is not going to help you. Nahi rakshati. Then what should I do? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, come to Jnanam, come to Jnanam, come to Jnanam, he Moodamate. See, the same sentence now is interpreted in a different way. At an empirical level, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Tapatraya, let it go. Oh Bhagavan, let me pray to you, because one day Kala Tattvam I will die, and that time all this materialistic stuff is not going to help me. Are you getting the empirical meaning of it? This is what, when we read it, we understand the meaning, right? A simple word meaning. Vachyartha. There is a difference in Vachyartha and Lakshartha. The Vachyartha says very clearly, Bhaja Govindam, pray to the Lord, pray to the Lord. Only that will help, because when the time of death comes, all this material status, padavi, all the material gains, nothing is going to help. It is not going to help you. This knowledge is also not going to help you. Of the anitya vastu knowledge, what you have is not going to help you. So Govindam Bhaja. Now go to the Lakshyartha from Vedantic perspective. Bhaja Sevayam Govindam Vedam Vedayam Vedayam Sevayam Kuru. Vedayam Sevayam Kuru means what? Learn the Jnanam, Atma Vidya. Learn the Brahma Vidya. Learn the Brahma Vidya. O mind, don't get stuck in doing these activities. Remove quality time to get Atma Jnanam. O mind, remove time to get Atma Jnanam. Why? Samprapte Sannihite Kale. The time is very limited. If you miss it, then this Dugrinja Karane or Karma Kanda will not help you. It is only going to bring you back into the samsara again. Are we able to
The
get
meaning
that?
of what is the meaning of dukrumka?
Huh?
Dukrumka. What is the meaning of dukrumka?
Okay, that is what I said. It is a way in Sanskrit to tell grammar. Okay, and this thing will always be a question mark to people. Let me try to give a little background on this. Dugrinj Karane. In grammar, Sanskrit grammar, you have got nouns and verbs. Okay, the nouns have got declensions. That means they are told in different vibhakti and singular, dual, and plural. Okay, you would have heard that Devaha Devo Deva, Devam Devo Devan, Devena Devabhyam Devai, Devaya Devabhyam Devebhyah. This is noun. It means for one god, for two gods, for many gods, of one god, of two gods, of many gods, in one god, in two gods, in many gods, with one god, with two gods, with many gods, from one god, from two gods, from many gods. Okay, to one god, to two gods, to many gods. So if you want to give a suffix to add it in a particular sentence, these declensions are there. Okay, this is called the basic grammar framework of all nouns. In that you have got Pullinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga, Akaranta, Ukaranta, Makaranta. So various shabdas have been declined in a different way, and that's how it is used in Sanskrit grammar. Then you have got verbs which are called dhatu pada. Now these verbs are declined. They are called conjugations. These conjugations are done in various ways. So when you go to verbs, you have got present tense, then you have got past tense, three past tenses. The first past tense is immediately, like something happening yesterday, is immediate past. Then the second past is called, which is a little delayed one, but after your birth. When I was 2 years old is a past tense. The third type of past tense is long, long ago. That means when Rama was there. So for each of these with the time of past tense, you have got three different types of conjugations. Same way comes future tense, immediate future, and as the time goes, okay, that future. So now you have got one present tense, three past tense, two future tense. Okay, and then you have got one more future tense which is called conditional future tense. Okay, that conditional future tense says that if there is going to be corona coming in, then there will be a vaccine coming for it. So if corona doesn't come, vaccine will not come. So it's a conditional, but it's going to happen in an event in the future. So that is also called one type of future. So we have got one present, three past, three future. How many over? 7. Okay. Then we have got three moods. One mood is called imperative mood. Second mood is called benedictive mood. Okay. Vidhiling, Ashirling, and Lot. When there is an injunction, do this, for example, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, this Vada and Chara are all in Vidhi. You have to do it. It is an injunction. Then if you are going to give Ashirvad, Aapka acha hone do, that mood is a different one. Then imperative mood is the third. So like that you have got 3 moods. अभी टोटल मिला के कितना हुआ? गिनती करो. 1 plus 3, correct? Plus 3,
7.
plus 3, 10, correct? 10 plus 1 more which comes in Vedas. Okay, like that there are 11 types of conjugation you can do for one verb. Okay, this is just one portion of it. Now I'm going to tell the other portion of it. Okay, this verb what we say, and when you are going to conjugate it, it will be in singular, dual, plural, first person, second person, third person, Uttama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha and Anya Purusha. So like that you have got 9, a matrix of 9. Such matrix of 9 you have got in each. Now to remember this, all the 10 different, that is 7 related to time, 3 related to mood and 1 in Veda, 11, there is a shloka. Because each of these have been given a name. लट वर्तमाने ले द्वेते भूते लंग लुंग लृट च भविष्यति विद्या शिशो लिंग लोटौ लुट लृट लंग लिंग लृट च भविष्यति. Like that you have got 11. Okay, don't try to even pronounce it, leave it. It is for hardcore grammar. So now the point is, with every verb there is a present continuous tense. Okay, so when you take a verb, you give the meaning of it and then tell how are you going to conjugate it. Okay, like this you have conjugation in Parasmaipada and Atmanepada. Parasmaipada means as though it is a third person telling. Atmanepada means as though it is happening to you. Active voice and passive voice. Getting it? So if you take one particular dhatu, one verb, in Parasmaipadi, you will get 10 lakaras multiplied by 9. So 90 lakara words, distinct words are there for different situation where you will use. When I say I want to go, in English you have got only to go. In Sanskrit, Parasmaipadi, you have got 90 words to put it as to go, has gone, those 2 people have gone, those 2 people, those 3 had gone many years back. Every word is different. The verb is go. Like that, 90 in Parasmaipadi, 90 in Atmanepadi, total 180 words if it can be done. Some cannot be told in Atmanepadi, some are only Parasmaipadi, some are only in Atmanepadi, some are in both. Situational base they will use it. Okay, and this verb format in the grammar is Dhatu Pata. Okay, now if you take one example, to go, Gacha, Gam, or for example take Bhaja. Bhaja sevayam, Parasmaipadi, lat, bhajati, bhajataha, bhajanti, bhajasi, bhajataha, bhajata, bhajami, bhajavaha, bhajamaha. Only first present tense, first person, second person, third person, singular, dual, plural. That matrix I have told you, 9. Like that you will have all the different moods and tense. This is Parasmaipada. Has it gone totally up? Now the question asked was, why? What is Dugrinj? Okay, now I come back to this word called Dugrinj. As I said, Bhaja Sevayam. Bhaja is the word, Seva is the meaning. Like that, Dugrinj is the word. The meaning of that is Karane, to do. So normally they teach this way, Dugrinj Karane, you have to by heart it. So the word and its meaning are by hearted. Then you have to by heart how it is to be conjugated. Bhaja sevayam parasmaipadi lat bhajati bhajataha bhajanti. Okay. Then gam gachati gam or da yachaha parasmaipadi lat dadami dadavaha dadamaha. Like that it will keep going. So every word its meaning. So the meaning is to do, karane, and the root word is called dugrinj. The actual word in Sanskrit is to do is called dugrinj. But never this word is used as such. That is called pratipadikam. That is a root word. But its use is totally in a different way. Getting it? Thoda complex hai, but it's a technical subject. Samjha, chodo, otherwise dugrinj karane is one word for you. Dugrinj karane. I know the meaning as karane, that means it is to do. Hopefully
Right.
clear.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. Now, anyone who is learning Sanskrit will have understood something about it. If you do not know Sanskrit, but the beauty is when you know this, why this word he has used Dugrinj karane and not any other word. See, it's such a, the way, this is where that intelligence of Adi Shankara, the wisdom starts coming out. Dugrinj karane, he has told it to talk about karma. Correct? Secondly, we are all people who believe in action and not in knowledge. So he says, stop the activity, get to knowledge. Then to talk of theory, he gives a grammar word that don't be theory and go to perfection of correcting everything. Dugrinj karane, Dugrinj aisa ne, vaisa. No, it doesn't make sense. That means you have lost the purpose of it. You are going very much into the rules and regulation. So you have lost the philosophy of it. Okay, so don't do that. So Dugrinj karane, when he uses it, he is trying to touch couple of areas. Don't get stuck in karma. Don't be into perfection. Go with the philosophy why you are doing it. Okay, otherwise you will be very happy getting, oh, perfectly I did it. Perfectly I did it. And every time you will go for perfection, that means your ahankara is going on growing. So don't go for perfections very much. Understand, learn it, practice it, keep going ahead. Okay, in everything, perfection to show someone, don't do that. It is not going to help. Then the grammar word itself he has taken Dugrinj karane, because understand that taking the Vedas, there have been a lot of difference of opinion, and there were a lot of darshanas which have come. So at a point of time, wo baal ka khal nikalna, you lose the overall objective. You get so much into the nitty-gritties of it, you have forgotten the overall objectives. So he says, don't be that so focused, and in that you have forgotten that the purpose you wanted to learn Sanskrit grammar was to understand the Vedas better and was to get Atma Jnanam. Apart from that, now you have become a Sanskrit scholar and you have forgotten Atma Jnanam. Are we getting it? We start with something else, we get stuck into it, and we have forgotten the main. गाड़ी पकड़ा था दिल्ली जाने को, अहमदाबाद में दोस्त मिला, उतर गए और उधर ही मजा करने को शुरू कर दिए. दिल्ली गई, right? So don't forget in this, because you can get pulled very easily, especially when you go to Sanskrit grammar and you start liking it. It is an intoxication, I'll tell you. It will just keep on pulling you, and then you will see that, my God, ये भी मालूम है, ये भी मालूम है, ये भी सीखना है, अरे ये भी सीखना है. In the whole bargain, you have missed out your bigger objective. So don't forget your main goal of jnanam. Use knowledge and the other things to support to learn the jnana. Are we getting it? So he has tried to, if you look at it, he has done so many, in very many ways. If you look at that shloka, the first one, it is so perfect. It can be touched in various angle, but from a Vedantic angle, very clear. Come to Jnana Marga. Karma Marga is not going to help you. It is going to be, the clock is ticking. You will die. Because of the karma, you will be born again. You will continue to do karma. You are there in this samsara. Sorry, go round. Mudamate, drop it and come to Jnanam. That is the Shashvatam. Are we able to get that first shloka very clearly? Because that is that background tampura. Don't forget, this shloka is the background tampura of the whole Bhaja Govindam. Otherwise, we will get stuck in various shlokas and forget the first shloka, which is Bhaja Govindam. समझ में आ रहा है? Because as you go, the shlokas start talking to you very nicely. But Bhaja Govindam में क्या है? हाँ ठीक है, pray to God. उससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. अरे बाबा मूढ़ा मते, उसी में है सब कुछ, बाकी सब इस उसका आजू बाजू में, उसको मेन मत करो. Correct? So with this perspective, he completes the first shloka. Any doubt on the first shloka? Otherwise, we will go ahead to the second shloka. Clear? You want to make small notes or something of it, or you have done it? I will just give you in 2 lines the 2 meanings of it. One, a philosophical meaning, the Lakshyartha. One is the Vachyartha. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. O fool, supremely foolish my mind, pray to the Lord, pray to that Govinda to remove my Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika problems. Why? Samprapte Sannihite Kale, when the time, the final call comes of death, all these rules, regulations, all the various other anitya knowledge is not going to help. Samprapte Sannihite Kale, this rules of grammar and all the anitya knowledge is not going to help. Okay, now come to the Lakshyartha of it. O Mudamate, supreme fool my mind, come to Jnana Margam. Get the eligibility, come to Jnana Margam. Come to Jnana Margam, come only to Jnana Margam. Why? Your prarabdham will get over one day. This karma kanda is not going to help you. This karma kanda is going to bring you back in samsara, is not going to give you moksha at all. Hence come to Jnana Marga. Do we see this clearly as the 2 meanings coming out of this shloka? Clear? Can we go ahead? Okay. Second shloka. Mudha jahihi dhanagama trishna kurusad buddhim manasi vitrishna yalla bhase nija karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Mudha jahihi dhanagama trishna kurusad buddhim manasi vitrishna yalla bhase nija karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Okay. Mudhaha Jahi. See this Jahi. This word Jahi is the verb here. Jahi is in lot. Gacha, like Jahi. Mudha, this mind which is supremely foolish, that foolish type of mind, or those people who have this type of a mind, who are fools, they are stuck with what? Dhana Agama Trishna. What is dhana? Material.
Money.
Money, material. Okay. Agama, earning. Trishna. What is Trishna? Intense desire.
First.
Intense desire.
Thirst.
Yeah. When you say thirst, that thirst is not a normal thirst which will be quenched. If you don't get that water, you feel you are going to you will die. So when you say Trishna, it is not just a normal thirst. Okay. It is like I need it, otherwise there is no other way. So Dhana Agama Trishna, how much am I going to spend and spend and spend, put effort? Why? I want more, I want more, I want more. Correct? Dhana Agama Trishna, He Mooda Jahi, understand this mind, don't work for that so much. Kuru Sadbuddhim, Sadbuddhim Kuru, tame this mind, get some Shama, get some Dama and Shama, Manasi Vitrishna. This Vitrishna is ahead of Trishna, Visheshena Trishna. Okay. Kuru Sadbuddhim Manasi Vitrishna. Okay. How will you get that? See, don't keep on earning. Understand, our mind is like the stock market. Have you tried about half an hour being with people who are into the stock market? Just try it. Just try. And if you like it, then only understand that you have not yet got matured for Vedanta. Simple. It's a reality. Ye upar gaya, wo niche aaya. They will talk so many things. If you don't understand it, you have to be very happy that blissfully I am ignorant about it, which is very good. Which is very good. Why? You have that Vedantic type of mind. You have a spiritual mind. You don't have a material type of mind. So to understand our own quality of mind, go and sit with sometimes these people, and I say you shouldn't participate in it. Kya chal raha hai dikhne ka? And you will come to know. It is madness. It is like that 9 o'clock news channel. You know, at 9 o'clock, when have you tried to listen in the news? What happens? If anyone understands something, I am very sure the person who is running the show also doesn't understand. Leave the others who are simply shouting. So no one understands anything. Exactly like this, the share market. What is reality? No one knows. What is unreal? No one knows. It is like a euphoria. You are sitting in some plane. वो बोलते हैं ना, भांग वांग पी के बैठते हैं तो वैसा एक धुनकी में चलते रहता है, वो ऊपर जाता है, अरे नीचे आया, अरे वो ऊपर गया, अरे ये नीचे आया, क्या चल रहा है कुछ समझ में नहीं, क्या ऊपर गया मालूम नहीं, क्या नीचे आया मालूम नहीं. Suddenly one day you will see one person has become the what is that, he has become the most आया था ना, our dear friend Shama, our dear friend, he became the billionaire. Even during lockdown he earned so much. Suddenly दूसरा दिन देखा टप 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 शेयर नीचे उतरा, वो अभी वो नारे नहीं, now he is the 50th position. अरे आप बताओ, person being the same, how can his wealth suddenly in one day become so high and suddenly in one day become so low? In real lakshartha, if I give you 100 rupees today, suddenly I say that, oh, this 100 rupees is equal to 50 rupees. Suddenly I say that this 100 rupees is equal to 2000 rupees. Will you agree to it? Logically, you can't agree. So that's how the share market. Same way, all the material gains are like this. It will come, it will go, आएगा, जाएगा, ये सब चलते रहेगा. They are called sadhana. What are they? Sadhana. Means what? Instrument. Means what? Support. अंधे का लाठी है, वो अंधा नहीं है, वो लाठी है हेल्प करके आगे जाने के लिए. That is not everything. Correct? Moodha jahi idhana agama trishna kuru sadbuddhim. Stop and think. Think for a moment. Pause. Just think. You know, our Ravi sir says always, how much is too much? That question he will ask. How much is too much? You ask this question. I want some more. I want. How much? when you say is too much for me? Do you have a number? And the answer is no. When you reach there, it is like Mrigatrishna. It's like a mirage. When you reach there, you'll say, no, 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 no. That was 10 years back, when I was such a chota. Now I'm playing in that circle. That time I was that chai wala chota. Now I'm playing in this circle. So how much is too much? Answer is 0. Correct? We have also seen this. Ekam Laksha Shatam Shati Dasha Shatam. One person who has got 100 will try to make it 1,000, 1,000 will make it to 10,000, 10,000 will make it to lakh. Then he will become Kshitipalakaha. Kshitipalakaha will become Chakreshaha. So MLA. Then slowly he will become the PM. And then from there he will start becoming that I want to be like Trump. And then finally it will be what? I want to become Brahma, Brahma Vishnupadam, Vishnu, Shivapadam. I am trying to now pull the other gods place also. I want that place. Uske baad kya? Trishnavatim ko gataha. See the end of it. Trishnavatim ko gataha. Where are you going to reach by this thirst? You cannot reach anywhere. Okay. So including when you do Kamya karma, including you do any of the Vaidika karma, Swarga Kamaschinvita, I want to go to Swarga. I want to become Brahmaji himself. No problem. Become Brahmaji. After that what? After your 100 years of Brahmaji, come back. Okay. So, Trishnavatim ko gataha manasi vitrishna yalla bhase nija karmopata. Okay. So, Muda jahi hidhana agama trishna kuru sadbuddhim. Sadbuddhim means what? Kuru. Sadbuddhim here means what? Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishna.
Thought of the reality.
Full
Sadbuddhi.
stop. Kuru sadbuddhim, full stop. Put a full stop to this dhana agama trishna. Means what? Bhaja Govindam. Kuru sadbuddhim. Hey manasi vitrishna, which is continuously running behind. Our teacher says there are only 3 desires. I will come to that. For that specific shlokas are there. When it comes, we will talk about that. He says these desires, when you keep on going behind it, you need to just pause and say, stop it. Bhaja Govindam. Stop this mind. Where is it running? Running behind what? For what? Stop it for a moment. Bhaja Govindam. Do not mistake that we are telling you to leave everything and go to sannyasa. No, we are not telling you to leave everything and renounce everything and go to sannyasa. Although Shankara would want to tell that. But what we are saying is, take a pause and introspect. How much is too much for me? You look at every insurance person who comes and talks to you. He will start, sir, what is your age today? After 20 years, how much you will need per month. That fellow does not even know how much I need today. Will tell me how much I am supposed to need after 15 years. And then he will come to the point to say that you invest per day so much and I will give you that, as though he is Bhagavan. Huh? Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishna. समझ में आए? Tell him Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishna. No. Please go away. Thank you very much. You are knocking at the wrong door. Why? When homeopathy, allopathy, no pati works, which pati will work? Vankatachalapati will only work. समझ में आया? तो भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहीं रक्षति डुगरिंज करणे. Insurance person will help only after you going. where your kith and kin will get the money, not you. समझ में है? So whatever you accumulate will go. Now the beauty of dhana, here the acharyas tell very nicely one thing. There is a nice subhashita, I have written it, but I am not very confident to read it, but I'll still read. It's a nice meaning, I can tell you, but I'm not sure whether I can pronounce it properly. I have written it in my notes. Danam bhogo nasha tisro gatayo vittasya yo na dadati na bhunkte tasya tritiya gatir na bhavati. Okay, I have read it properly, I'm sure. Now what is the meaning of this? Danam bhogo nashaha. There are only three possibilities
only.
with money. Whatever material you have, there are only three possibilities. One is danam. Give it as charity. You can. It is your money. You can give it as charity to anyone. Next one is bhogaha. Enjoy it. Spend it. Enjoy it. Okay. Completely enjoy it. Whatever I have earned, enjoy it. If you don't want to give it to anyone, no problem, but you enjoy it. Third one is nashaha. Will get destroyed. Okay. Gatayoho vittasya. There are only three end result of money. Either it is given as dhanam, or it is enjoyed by yourself, or third is it is destroyed. These are the only three end results of money. Yo na dadati na bhunkte tasya tritiyaha gatihi bhavati. One who does not give as dhanam. Okay, I don't give it as dhanam. Okay, fantastic. I don't enjoy it also. Then what is going to happen? Nashaha is certain. Okay, so all this, for my fifth generation, I have kept only 3 bungalows. मेरा 5वां पीढ़ी के लिए 3 बंगलो रखा है, चौथा पीढ़ी के लिए 4 बंगलो रखा है, तीसरा पीढ़ी के लिए एक 15 बंगलो और 4 गाड़ी रखा है, फिर दूसरा पीढ़ी के लिए क्या होएगा? नाशहा भवति. Be very sure on that. Either you give it to someone, then you know it doesn't belong to you, or you enjoy it, then you know you are the beneficiary out of it. If you don't do these two, the third one is going to happen, which is not in your hand. Such a clear and a very specific. Every time I keep telling, most of the people here are not who are born and brought up here in Bombay. Even if you are born and brought up, your parents have not been in Bombay right from childhood, or we are, even if they are in Bombay, either they have come here for their livelihood, or none of the person is sitting here who has got so much of a Zaidad and Zameen coming from Purvaj, right? So all the people who are sitting here, their parents or they have earned it. Tell me, how much did your parents give you, and how much are you planning to give your children? Isn't it a madness which we think that we need to have security for our children? Absolute madness. Absolute madness. We never got anything, but what is the problem? Aren't we contented, comfortable? So if you have this confidence to gain, why do you feel that your kith and kin are unable to earn? They cannot earn. Are they disabled? You have made them disabled or what? So why should you keep something for them? Cannot they earn for themselves? In any case, what you are going to give it freely is not going to be valued. They are not going to anyway value it. I bought 3 houses. My only son went to the US, married there, became a green card, and cannot even come here, and is just waiting for me to die to dispose all the 3 houses. reality hai na. Then why are you doing it? Instead of that, enjoy. Be in that house and enjoy where you are there. Correct? So don't work for your next generation. Our Dharma Shastras very clearly say, in fact, Manusmriti clearly says, whatever you give to the next generation apart from knowledge and values is going to go waste. Only your culture, knowledge, value which you give to the next generation is going to be there, the rest will go off. It's not going to be value. The value what you have, they will not have the same value. That means what? Now I'm going to start crying. Why? I did so much. I spent all my green days and I've earned gray hair now. And then something, that thing which was white in color and always was claiming that I am unique, when it got a competitor, this was white in color, and when it got a competitor, this guy said, no, I'm going to leave and go. I can't. I can always be the alone king. जब अकेला था राजा था, जब दूसरा आया साथ में ये छोड़ के भाग गया. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? रियलिटी है वो. मूढ़ जही ही धनागम तृष्णा कुरु सद्बुद्धि मनसि वितृष्णा. Okay. Now the second one of the Subhashita is still more great. And what does it say? Chatvaro vittasya dayada dharma agni nripa taskara. Okay. Jeshta putraha apamanasya trayo kupya. I think I have missed out a word here. It is not complete. But the meaning of that is very nice. It says, there are 4 people who take your money. There are 4 people who will take your money off. Out of this we said, na, it will go nashaha. There will be 4 people who will take that money. The first one is dharmaha. If you give it to dharmaha, there will be many beneficiary. You will benefit out of it. If you don't give it for dharmaha, then what happens? Second one who is standing in line is what? Agnihi. Agnihi. You know what does Agni mean? What does
Agni is the messenger.
You get wasted.
Where? If you don't do dharma, then next it will go to Agni. And you know who is Agni? Doctor. समझ में आ रहा है? A doctor means what? I will get vyadhi. If I don't do dharma, I will get vyadhi. I have to go to the doctor and pay that money there. Lakhs of rupees. 1 corona enough. 8-10 lakhs का सीधा चूना लग गया. Go to a private hospital. Agnihi. Okay, if you miss out from Agnihi, you are all students of yoga. You all are all very good. And if you are not going to the doctor, very good. Then the next person is sitting. Nripaha. Nripaha means what?
King.
Taxes.
Nirmala Sitaraman is sitting. Nirmala Sitaraman is sitting.
Taxes.
The king. So either if you don't give it to Dharmaha, it will go to, first is Agnihi, second is it will go to Nripaha, and third one,
Jeshtaputra.
no, Taskaraha, a robber, thief, and that thief can be your Jeshtaputra also. Think how many people kill the earlier generation just for the money they have. धीरे धीरे सुशांत सिंह सुनाई दे रहा है? 17 crores सुशांत सिंह. It will go. Taskaraha. Someone will be there who will try to come in a nice way and loot you and go. It's gone. Okay. So what it tells basically is, if I value dhana too much, I should take it as a means for jnanam. I need for my subsistence. I need money for living. I need to be basic comfort should be there. I need some money to have my food. I need some money for the family, so that things are moving in the proper way. I should do my dharma karmas, but my focus should be in jnana. Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishna. I should not spend my time only in dhanagama trishna, ane do bhai, ane do bhai, ane do bhai. No aparigraha. And we are not talking about wrong means of getting money. We are talking righteous means of getting money. That means I become bigger and bigger in the organization. I earn more and more. I have multi businesses. I pay all the taxes, very legitimate white money. But if I don't distribute that money as dhanam, then Agni, then Nripa, then Taskara. Someone will come inside और पूरा आपने कोई चूना लगा के पूरा गुल, धंधा का धंधा गुल हो जाएगा. You see in how many businesses go, because why? The next generation is not interested in it. Some third person will come, then slowly as an advisor get in, slowly see that somewhere kickbacks are there and it is gone. After 2 generations it will be history. Okay, so this has been a very old school. ऐसा कुछ नया नहीं है, अभी पहला से यही आ रहा है. So if so many years back, if Shankara has to write this as the first shloka, he says it starts with a desire which is dhana. Okay, moodha jahihi dhana gamatrishna kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishna yallabhase nija karmopatam. That is a beauty. Yallabhase, whatever you are going to earn, nija karma upatam, by doing your swadharma. Understand that. Not doing hundreds of things. Whatever is your swadharma, by doing that, whatever you earn, that means you should not compare. My swadharma, after doing, if I get only that much, that is my prarabdha and I should just be happy with it. Santoshaha of niyama yallabhase nija karmopatam. Second line is santoshaha. Vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Chittam vinodaya. Be contented, be happy. Enough. I am happy with what I have got. I don't need more. We tell, क्या चाहिए? 2 रोटी और दाल चावल चलना चाहिए अपने. But then you have to ask the next question, Bhaiya, what do you mean by 2 roti? Can you define 2 roti? For normal person, 2 roti is 2 roti. But for you, what does 2 roti mean? Someone will say, roti, kapda और मकान चाहिए. अच्छा ठीक है, रोटी मीन समझ गया, रोज 5 स्टार होटल में खाने का इज रोटी. कपड़ा चाहिए, ओ मतलब फैशन के लिए 30, एवरी कबर्ड विल हैव एवरी डे का 1 सूट. एंड मकान मीन्स डोंट आस्क ओनली हाउ मेनी, गिनती नहीं. द पर्सन विल से रोटी कपड़ा मकान चाहिए. नो, दैट इज नॉट व्हाट आचार्यस आर सेइंग. यल्लभसे निज कर्म उपातम, by doing your own swadharma, whatever you have earned, whatever you get, give it as dharmam, dhanam. Otherwise, that will also go off. Let it be 5 rupees. If you don't give dharmam and dhanam, वो भी निकल जाएगा. Okay? यल्लभसे निज कर्मोपातम vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Okay, so here one of the ways how the acharyas interpret is, when you go and tell a person Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudamate Samprapte Sannihite Kale, You say, what Kala? I have got enough money. I am earning well. I am healthy. So I can earn. And that is good. I am happy. For that, the second line is, the second shloka is, Mooda Jahihi Dhanagama Trishna. If you feel that you are confident, comfortable, very, very happy, self sufficient, having enough money, ability to gain more money, Mooda Jahi Dhana Agama Trishna. Kuru Sadbuddhim. Don't continue to think that way, Buddhu, because you will have a problem. O mind, come back. Kuru Sadbuddhim. Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja Moodhamate. Yallabhase Nijakarmopatam. Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam. Vinodaya Chittena Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam. Are you able to get the meaning of it? Don't go by word meaning. Go with that how it gets nicely connected and going ahead. Okay? Are we clear? Yeah? Okay. Then we will go to the third one. Yeah. One more important aspect in this, in the second one, in the shloka, which comes is this aspect of comparison should not be there. I mean, that has been indirectly mentioned as contentment, but this aspect of comparison, I have got so much, that person has got only so much, that person has got so much. Why? Understand one thing, that everyone have come to this world because of their own prarabdha. You are here because of your prarabdha. If you have earned more, it is because of your prarabdha, your punya karma, if you are enjoying it. But if you have earned more and if you are not enjoying it, and that is the problem, because now I have got such a lot that I need to have a security. Now tell me, the trustees of Padmanabha Swami temple are happy or unhappy? If you think about it, the trustees of Padmanabha Swami temple, they should be happy or unhappy because they got that money, the chest. It is so much of a problem to manage it. The security of it. Something goes wrong, every person is going to point their hands on these people. So far as they never knew about it, they were blissful, right? Ignorant. So when you have more money, you will have to look for better Z security, more and more insecure feeling. So never compare, never ever compare. Everyone are there because of their own prarabdha. Their prarabdha has brought them to where they are. Okay, so always nija karma upatam vinodaya chittam. So you be happy by your own karma and never compare. So this is one more, a very good value which comes out in the second shloka. The third one is very clearly now taking to a different dimension. Okay. The first shloka is saying that come out from Dehatma Buddhi, go to Jivatma Buddhi. Right? The second shloka is again telling come out from Dehatma Buddhi, go to Jivatma Buddhi. I am there, God is there, I pray to the God, we both are there, and other than that, the rest everything are subservient. Now the third one is again going to talk about Dehatma Buddhi only, because these are all very natural. The third shloka is Nari Stanabhara Nabhi Desham Drishtva Maga Mohavesham Etan Mamsa Vasada Vikaram Manasi Vichintaya Varam Varam. Okay. Here the Acharya goes to a very, very important aspect of any life. See, understand, we have said very clearly that what are the four things common in a human being and an animal. The four things which are common are
Ahar, Nidra, Maithun, Bhay.
Ahara, Nidra,
Nidra,
Bhaya,
Maithun.
Maithunancha. Okay. We are hungry, we eat food. They are hungry, they eat food. It is so natural. Has someone taught us? See, earning, someone has taught us. Knowledge, someone has taught us. Correct? But by being born, what we call as the basic intelligence, the natural intelligence, or what you call as response to the stimulus, is called Prakrita Swarupa, that innate nature. When we are born, we already have this in us, and you can't change it. You can't change it. You'll have to accept it and work with it. No one can say that I will never feel hungry. No, not possible. You have to eat. If you have to eat, you have to shit. Very clear. Nidra. If you eat, if you shit, you have to sleep. That means I'll do activity, I have to stop activity. I have to eat, I have to dispose. These are very, very natural, and it is not taught, and it is a response to the stimulus. Correct? Third one is Bhaya. Bhaya is something which is so innate. As the child is born, it's a very, very natural thing to have fear. Okay, we may say, "Are this child is fearless, that child is fearless," but that is all outwardly. No one knows inside the child what fear is sitting. Sometimes the child themselves do not know. As elders themselves do not know what is something which is fearful to me. Many a times we do not know. Like you may be very, very aggressive. Suddenly you will see some small thing which no one will bother, but you will start feeling very insecure looking at that. It happens because you don't know what is that inbuilt or embedded fear factor which is sitting in us. But everyone has it, right? And this is exactly what is this jnanam about. Dvaitat bhayam bhavati abhayam sarvabhutebhyah iti advaita. When there are two, more than one, bhayam is a natural product of it. Isn't it right? When more than one is there, that bhayam is a natural product. When I say among the species only one human being is there won't be a bhayam. But when I say now among the species I have lions and human, one lion and one human, enough. The human will fear the lion will fear the human. So bhayam becomes a natural product if there is more than one. Correct? And everyone, right from a child, why does the child like to hold a finger which is given? Have you any time thought? How much ever you move the child will come and hold to the pallu or dupatta or something, some kapda, and walk. Why? It's an innate nature of feel of security.
Feel secure.
It is feel of security. It is not actual security. I feel secure. As we say now, if I have more money, I feel secure. Because money cannot give you security. We only feel secure. Same way, I feel secure if I hold on, cling on to something. So children will cling on to something to such an extent that if the mother has to go out somewhere, they will give a piece of cloth of the mother and the child will hold that and go off to sleep also. देते हैं ना एक छोटा piece of kapda. The child is feeling very secure कि वो कपड़ा बोलेगा तो है, mother is there. So this insecurity is a very innate nature and you cannot stop it. You have to learn to deal with it. You have to learn to deal with it, and that is the beauty of it. Ahara, learn to deal with it. When I feel excessively very hungry, learn to deal with it and control. Nidra, learn to deal with it and control. Don't stop it. Channelize it. Work with it. And see that you overcome its impact. Sorry, just give me a second. Yeah, it got connected. Okay, so yeah, as I was telling you, attraction to the opposite sex is a very, very, very natural thing, because that is an innate thing and that has been programmed into everyone. Levels will be different, but expressing it is a very natural thing. Correct? So, this shloka is referring it as though normally it is from a male to a female, it is shown that way, but both the ways are absolutely correct. You can take it this way, that as Shankara, being a male, has tried to write it from his perspective, so it is shown as a female, but if it was a female, it would be written for a male. So it's a very, very natural. We are not referring to people who are being attracted by the same sex, which is very true today. But earlier, even if it was there, it was not prevalent. Otherwise, Adi Shankara would have added that also. Okay, but the basic point is being attracted to some other person, normally of the opposite sex. This is the concept for the third shloka. Okay, so Nari Stanabhara Nabhi Desham Drishtva Maga Moha Vesham. What is Avesha? What is Avesha?
Passion.
Sir, surge of desire to have it.
They are all very, very soft words you all are giving. These are all cultured words.
Lust.
Lust.
Ah,
Lust is the correct word here. Avesham. Lust means I have no more control on myself. So far as there is a control, it is okay, because now you know you can still control. But when it goes to lust, you can't control. Okay. Ma Avesham. Never reach to a level where you cannot now control these. These are natural urges. You need to tame it. You need to work with it. You need to mature in it. You should not stop them, or you should not completely what do you call उसे क्या दबा के नहीं रखना है, what do you call that, suppress them. You should not suppress them. You should work with it to mature and overcome with it, right? So ma avesham, do not get completely or lose control बोलते ना, no. Okay. Drishtva. Drishtva means having seen. Having seen means we are referring to our five senses. Drishti is considered as one of the senses, but here the Acharya wants to talk of five senses. Okay. Drishtva maga moha avesham. Moha is delusion. Don't get deluded by the lust. Having seen it. Having seen what? Nari stanabhara nabhi desha. Okay, and this is very clear. The physical aspect of the body, don't look at it and be very, very attracted. Why? Etad, this mamsa vasa adi vikaram. Mamsa is flesh, adi, etc. So it is just a combination of 7 things. You know, when we say combination of 7 things, how many layers we have? Do you know how many layers we have? In our science, we have learned of only what is that? Outer layer is called epidermis, dermis, hypodermis. But our Shastras talk of various layers. So if you cut a body like this, you will see various layers inside. Okay, and these layers are त्वक् चर्म मागंस रुधिर मेदो मज्जा स्नायवोस्थि त्वक चर्म रुधिर बिसेन साहब जरा अनम्यूट म्यूट करना. हाँ. त्वक चर्म रुधिर मांस मेद मज्जा स्नायु अस्थि. 8 layers.
Like the seven dhatu.
No. Sapta dhatus are different. We are talking of layers. Layers inside our body when you go transversely in. Tvak, charma. Tvak is your epidermis, I think. Charma is dermis. Then mamsa. Mamsa is flesh. Flesh is called mamsa. Meda. What is meda? Adipose tissues. No.
Charbi.
No. Meda is not charbi. It will come. There is a adipose tissue or more like a mucus type of things. Okay. Tissues, mainly tissues there. Meda. Majja. Majja is your marrow. Okay. Snayu. No, snayu is connecting tissues. The other one is charbi. Snayu, SNEW, SNEW is connecting tissue. Snayu is connecting tissue. Okay. Tvak, charma, rudira, mamsa, meda. Meda is charbi. Majja, snayu, and asti is the bone. Okay, and we have prayers for this. Tvak charma rudira mamsa medo majja snayavo sthini me shuddhyantan jyotiraham viraja vipapma bhuya saggaswaha. So let all this get purified. You know what is Panchagavya? What is Panchagavya? गाय से मिलने वाला 5 चीज. गाय से मिलने वाला 5 चीज को पंचगव्य बोलते हैं. गोमूत्र, गोमय, दूध, दही एंड घी. Okay. दूध, दही और घी. So these 5 things together is called Panchagavya. Okay, and they have to be added by chanting certain mantras. गायत्र्या येदि गोमूत्रम गंधद्वारेति गोमयम दधिक्रावण्णोति दधि शुक्रमसिरित्याज्यम आप्यायस्वेदि क्षीरम. Like that, these 5 have to be added in the right proportion, and that particular thing you do an abhishek, and that when you have it, that Panchagavya has an ability to clean up all these layers. Yat tvag asti gatam papam. Yat tvagasti gatam papam. From tvak to asti gatam papam. Whatever papas have gone in. Dehe tishtati mamahe prashanam panchagavyancha dadhatu agni iva indhanam. You know, when you शोले मूवी में सब रहते हैं ना, when the engine is going, कोयला निकाल के डालता है वो, जैसा और डालता है और स्पीड में जाता है. वैसे ही पंचगव्य is that fuel into this जीवात्मा. When you put it, it will start cleaning up and making it work very fast. यत्त्वगस्ति गतं पापं देहे तिष्ठति मामहे प्राशनं पंचगव्यंच दधतु अग्निरिव इंधनम. Such a nice way they teach us how these things actually are working in us, but it has to be taken the right way, from the right place. It is not that you bring a packed bottle of gomutra which has been added with tons of preservative and then say I made Panchagavya and all. That is useless. It is going to create more problem to you. Don't do it. It has to be fresh. You go to the गाय का वहाँ जाओ, fresh गोमूत्र, fresh गोमय, immediately milk लो, घी बनाया हुआ तुम्हारे पास है, दही बनाया हुआ, you should see it, you should do it. In 1 day, 2 days जो हुआ है उसको लेके पंचगव्य बनाने का. Then it works very well. The quantity of each of them is very specific. इतना ही नहीं, इतना भी बोला है कि कौन सा गाय, कलर का गाय से गोमूत्र लेने का, कौन सा कलर गाय से गोमय लेने का, वो सब एवरीथिंग इज प्रिस्क्राइब्ड. इफ यू डू इट दैट वे देन द बेनिफिट इज देयर. अदरवाइज यू नो इट इज कर्मकांड, नो बेनिफिट. ये कर्मकांड है. You either follow the protocol, you will get the benefit. Let me partially do, I will get partial benefit, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. FD 2 महीने में निकालेगा तो पूरा टर्म का पैसा जाता है. You will get your principal, you will not get any interest. समझ में आ रहा है? वैसा ही है ये भी. किया तो पूरा मिलेगा, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. पार्शियल मिलना सब ये आउट ऑफ क्वेश्चन है. ये नथिंग पार्शियल. ओके, नाउ कम बैक टू द पॉइंट. Nari Stanabhara Nabi Desham is talking about just modification of these 8 things in the body. It is just formation of these 8 things in various shapes which are attractive. Drishtva Maga Moha Vesham. Viveka Chudamani, if you have read it, there is a very beautiful shloka there. Offhand I don't remember, but I know very clearly that Uraga Matanga, these words will come in that. Okay. Acharya has given 5 different animals as an example who fall as a prey to each of the senses. And when you fall a prey to each of the senses, these 5 senses, human beings are filled with all the 5 senses. These animals have got only those 1 senses which are very strong and they fall a prey. We have got all the 5 senses, matlab we have got 5 areas to slip out. उसके पास एक ही होल है, अपने पास 5 होल है. Okay, so one has to be doing this jugglery very clearly. One has to be doing this jugglery very clearly that you don't miss out and slip away from any of these senses. Okay, and this is exactly one of the things where 5 senses can get very easily slipped, and hence in our shastras brahmacharya has been given a very 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 high value. Whatever we have learned little in yoga, that brahmacharya is not what is mentioned in the shastras. In the shastras, if you have to understand brahmacharya, it is in absolute deep, and it is so entrenched that in so many Vedic mantras, all related to that comes very easily, very very आराम से. इतना सुलभ बोल देते हैं उन लोग. We feel very odd to talk about it, right? Okay, look at mantras. All these mantras bring divinity and a value to all the natural things which happens. Bhook laga, don't start immediately eating. Pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha. Be thankful, then start. So anything which is a natural urge, convert it to a samskara. That is why we have Garbhadana as a samskara. After marriage, Garbhadana is a samskara, and it has got a sankalpa. The sankalpa is dharma prajaha. I should beget righteous children. For that I do Garbhadana. Okay, and the avantara phala or the byproduct is enjoyment. Please understand, we have to have a very clear understanding of what the actual concept is and what is a byproduct. Today, the actual objective is not even known. Okay, today it is like I am very natural, but that natural is not defining you different from an animal. You are Prakrita Purushaha, correct? And Prakrita Purushaha, on the other hand, we say we are all in a society. Huh? Think how much we are fooling. We are in a society, correct? Society means what? There are norms. There are agreed norms to live so that it doesn't impact anyone. And being in the society, we changed the norm intelligently to marrying the same sex, living relationship. Do we understand how we have? This is what we call as evolution. We have evolved as per the Western school of thought. This is called we are evolved. As per our Shastra, we have not evolved. We have gone back to animal. Animals have a better policy. Animals have a very clear rules and regulation, and they will never break it. We break it to our convenience. Okay, so what we see the evolution today, or what we say that it's an open society, it is a very progressive society. Progress doesn't come by these things. That is why you have a lot of backstabbing. People are interested only for some gains, and the overall society को अंदर से खोखला कर देते. Values don't remain, right? It is like रात गई बात गई approach, and that is not a society which we talk about. That society where Shashwatam, if it is there for at least 7,000-8,000 years, if this culture is there, it has its merit, right? That is why Acharyas very easily, because this is something which needs to be taught, and hence puts this straight at the third shloka. This is one way where a person can slip and the mind will get defocused to anitya vastu, get back the focus to nitya vastu. Okay, so are we clear of the meaning of the third shloka, the purpose of the third shloka, why it is? And it is a very natural thing. One should not feel bad or guilty, but one should learn to work with it. One should learn to work with it. Hatha Yoga Pradipika talks a lot about it. Manusmriti beautifully talks about it. There are so many shlokas in Manusmriti. Okay, there are mantras very nicely mentioning about it, and our concept is very clear. We have got a particular energy within us. Okay, and I want to come right to the topic, very, very specific, without deviating. The Shastras, while teaching, they clearly mention that we are a storehouse of a particular energy. That energy can get wasted. It can get wasted improperly. This wastage should be avoided. Why? It has a purpose. Please understand, it has a purpose. Now, this purpose is for Dharma Praja. And when it comes to yoga and when it comes to sannyasa, Praja is not even there. The next generation is not there. So then you should not even waste it, you have to conserve it. And for conserving it, they have to follow Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is strict celibacy, physical, mental, words. Anywhere you slip, there is a prayashchitta for it. You have to go and do a prayashchitta. Not only that, unknowingly something happens, still there is a prayashchitta. In earlier Gurukula, if an adolescent boy faces this, they have to call the teacher, do the prayashchitta at night, that time itself, take bath and then go back to sleep. Why? Then only there is a divinity which is connected with such things and not left it as a natural happening. You value it. You value it. So you will never misuse it. Anything what you value money. Do you misuse money? No. Anything which is available free, which you don't value, you misuse it. So the moment it is taught to value it, you will not misuse it. And that is the beauty of our system, where they bought that this is a very natural thing. It is very normal for everyone. We need to understand it. We need to learn it. We need to know how to manage it. And we need to mature out of it. And for which this Brahmacharya Vratam is taught. Brahmacharya Vratam is a very, very important Vratam. and it is necessary even by grihasthas. At a certain point of time, do it. Then you see what happens. That particular, they say, in 45 to 50 days, a certain energy gets generated which is called ojas. The word this ojas, means viryavattaram. You know what is virya? Virya is what? What is virya?
Semen.
Yes.
Semen.
Yes. Viryavattaram. It becomes highly potent, and that is converted to ojas. And you will be surprised. Hatha Yoga Pradipika suggests Viparita Karni Mudra for this. Where the Surya and the Chandra Mandala, when they come and join, which is near the navel region, there when it joins, there is a possibility. See, the ojas, as per the Shastras, don't go by your biology, what is taught. As per the Shastras, this particular virya, or what you call as reproductive or liquid, so it will be the egg and the semen, these are generated near the heart and above that. It is generated from there and it starts trickling down. So to stop that and move it upwards, the more you move it up, that much brahmacharya you are getting. Okay. What we see is only the physical aspect of when it comes out. But the thought process and the movement starts from there. That is why they say when it comes down and when the Surya and the Chandra, they meet, where near the navel region, once it passes that, then it is very difficult to take it up. So the whole bandhas and mudras are done to take this particular liquid back upward. Okay, that's the whole objective of many of these yogic practices. It is not taught to us that way. That is why this Shastra was kept only for people who are very keen to learn it the proper way. That Hatha Yoga is clearly from that perspective. And especially if someone are doing MA, they would know what Hatha Yoga Pradipika is taught. Many more things are there. Vajroli Mudra and all comes. These mudras are not what we are teaching that way. So Yoga Shastra talks about it. The Vedas talk about it very, very clearly. Certain mantras, when you see it, they are absolutely unimaginable the way they look at it, because they are looking at it as a very natural phenomenon and how to work with it. Very natural phenomenon, right? And this is how it is taught to children. So this education was very strong at childhood earlier. Now it is totally lost. We even feel ashamed or feel very difficult to talk about it to our children. But this was taught very, very beautifully earlier. And the teacher's job was to teach them. Teacher's job was to teach them. Because it comes in the Shastras. In our day-to-day chanting, the mantras which we do puja, okay, Apo me retasi shritaha reto hridaye. You know what is the word meaning of retas? Retas means semen. Apaha is water. Apo me retasi shritaha. Water or mobility of the semen is the basic property. It needs to be there. Without water, it is useless. Reto hridaye hridayam mayi aham amrite amritam brahmani. In everyday puja you chant this. There is nothing called good or bad. It is to understand it the right way. Are we able to get that? See, we are all matured. We are all grown up. So we need to see it in the right way and we need to look at it in the right perspective. Then we start valuing it, and once we value it, then we work with it. Okay. So don't get disillusioned by this what we see today. No, we have to have the focus back to the Nitya Vastu. So the third shloka very clearly is going with physical appearance and getting a delusion or a lust for the opposite sex. And don't go, it should be as a kamya karma A dharmika karma, the Shastras allow you, very clearly allow you, you do it as a dharmika karma and then you will not have any problem with it. Right? So even for a householder, Brahmacharya Vratam is a Vratam. For a sannyasi as well as for a student, it is 100% Vratam. Nishiddha karma. But for householder, it is very clearly a disciplined function. Okay? So slowly we will have to understand it, value it and try to implement in our lives. But very clearly Acharya sees that this is something which is very tough. Please understand, that is why it has been put. If it was very easy, it would not have been put. So it is tough. So slowly you will have to work on it, mature out of it, not suppress it. Not suppress it. Surely our Shastras never allow anything to be suppressed, because once you suppress, it will just burst out and come. That is not the objective. The moment you value it properly, there is no requirement of suppression. Right? With this, it's already 11:20. We have completed first 3 shlokas. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Okay, so if there are any doubts on this, we can surely, you can ask later on in the next class. Otherwise, we will continue on next Saturday. Okay, tomorrow we will have the what is that? Upanishad Ganga. We'll start the Upanishad Ganga tomorrow at 5:50.
5:30.
ठीक है? Chal. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, tomorrow what time is Upanishad Ganga?
Huh?
What time, sir, tomorrow?
5:15. 5:15 evening. Sunday evenings 5:15.